Hey folks, Luke here once again. Welcome back to another video. I hope you enjoyed my reviews of Batman Long Halloween Part 1 and 2. Those are my channel now. Now on my channel we're getting into the live action superhero movies. I'm going by the years. And this time I'm starting with the 80s era of superhero movies. And today I'm starting with a film that I've only seen twice, but it's definitely a classic, definitely a fun movie. And it's very tongue-in-cheek. This came out in 1980, but it is the space opera superhero film based on a character from a comic strip of the same name, and that is Flash Gordon. Yes. I didn't grow up with this movie or anything, but I grew up watching Star Wars, and this definitely has a Star Wars feel to it, or Superman the movie, or the Superman films, and that definitely has a feel up to it. You can say that this film was made thanks to those movies, because before this, in the late 70s, you did have 1977 you had Star Wars, and in 78 you had Superman the movie. And this film came out a bit of a year later after Superman the movie. Really good casting here, very entertaining. It's very tongue-in-cheek. The writer that wrote this, he wrote for the 60s show, but I get more into that later. This is the perfect high-definition movie experience. The film looks fantastic on Blu-ray, it really does. You got Alex Ross, a new comic artist, learn how Flash Gordon influences legendary artists, both personally and professionally. Then the writer, Lorenzo Sipple Jr., talks about, writing the film. And you have the first episode of the Flash Gordon 1936 serial and more. Yeah. This is based on the comic strip of the same name. Flash Gordon is the protagonist of his space adventure comic strip. This was first published January 7th, 1934. The strip was inspired and created complete with various book writers' adventure strips. Speaking of Star Wars, I believe, the whole science fiction stuff with Flash Gordon being in space, that also inspired George Lucas, who would go on to who watched those. I think he watched those 1930s when he was a kid, and that inspired him to create Star Wars. So, yeah. The Buck Rogers comic strip having personally very successful. The Flash Gordon comic strip ran their daily from 1934 to 1992. The Sunday strip continued until 2003. A lot of interesting reads here. And of course you have film serials, which were, Buster Grable, Flash Gordon's Trip to Mars, and Flash Gordon cover the universe. Flash Gordon did have serials, a TV series, and of course you had this movie. But Flash Gordon, the character, he's not really big or famous as certain other superheroes, especially like Batman or Superman. I wouldn't say he is. But the production of the movie is that since the 1960s, I'm sorry if I'm coughing, I've been a little sick this week, just under the weather. As y'all begin to notice, the weather changes, it's getting a lot warmer. I have really bad sinuses, so it affects me. But since the 1960s, producer De Laurentiis, having produced Danger Double and Barbara became interested in making a film based on Flash Gordon. Occasionally, De Laurentiis wanted Italian director Frederick Flutie to direct the picture. Although Flutie optioned the Flash Gordon rights from Dino Laurentiis, he never made the film. George Lucas attempted to make Flash Gordon from the series, but he wasn't able to acquire the rights, and Lucas so instead he decided to create Star Wars instead. But you know, like I said, George Lucas was the one who attempted to direct the movie, but couldn't get the rights to it, so instead he made Star Wars. Sorry. Dino Laurentiis then hired Douglas Rudge to make the film March, and admired the original Alex Raymond comic strips. Spent a year in pre-production work. However, Dino Laurentiis wasn't happy about his treatment of Flash Gordon, and Ron left the project. Dino Laurentiis also considered hiring Cecil Laverne to direct the Flash Gordon film. Lennon refused because he believed the script was not faithful to the original Raymond comic strips. Dino Laurentiis then hired Mike Dodges to direct. The lavish sets and costumes were designed by Dale Dental, Mike Hodges. He was a British screenwriter, film director, working on movies as writers like Get Carter, that starred, I think, Michael Caine, the original, not the remake with Sylvester Stallone, and of course Flash Gordon got here, so. Lorenzo Silva Jr. wrote the script. He later recalled, well, before I get to that, yeah. He also wrote, this was the guy that wrote the television series Batman, you know, for the sit down and watch Batman show. So, you know, that's why you get the tongue-in-cheek campiness in this movie. Because Lorenzo Silva Jr. wrote the script of this movie, the screenplay, so that's what you get with this movie. So don't take it so seriously. Yeah, he wrote King Kong as well. Never Say Never Again, which I like that with Sean Connery. Another official James Bond movie. Connery's last time was Bond. But he said, Dino wanted to make a Flash Gordon humorous. At the time, I thought that it was a possible way to go. But in hindsight, I realized it was a terrible mistake. We kept filming around the script, trying to decide whether to be funny or realistic. That was a kind of strange thing to do, with so much money involved. I never thought the character of Flash in the script was particularly good, but there was no pursuit to make it any better. Dino had a vision of a comic character, shooting comic style, that was silly because Flash Gordon was never intended to be funny. The entire film got way out of control. Filming. According to 2012, it was Sam J. Jones who had, of course, been hired. Had disagreements with Dino Laurentiis. I heard that they had issues behind the scenes. They didn't get along. They argued a lot. Which, you know, Sam Jones just would walk off set or something like that. Because of it, he also got his voice dubbed in the movie. By actor Peter Menker, whose identity was all considered unknown, even Jones. A sequel was proposed, but the departure of Jones effectively ended any such prospects. The airfield scene at the beginning of the movie, although set in the U.S., was shot in Scotland. But I've also heard Sam J. Jones, I guess, you know, his experience on this movie wasn't well pleasant for some people. Sam Jones didn't even help market this movie at all. Yeah. But the soundtrack, of course, is by Queen. You'll have that, Flash! Gordon the Flash. He's the savior of the universe, you know, you know. Yeah, love that song, love Queen. From what I heard when the film was released, it didn't do well here in America. I think it did well overseas. But in America, it did not do very well. So that's why I never had a sequel. The film did get some positive reviews though, a lot from critics. I guess just didn't do well at the time. But the film has since has become a cult classic with fans of science fiction and fantasy. It it was a favorite director to take a right and take a vote. Within having ended the film, one of the visuals includes Scott Pilgrim Faces the World. Comic book Alex Ross named the film as his favorite film of all time. He painted the cover of the film's 2007 Save of the Universe edition, which I think this one might be it. But he's the one that painted this. Very good artwork here of Flash Gordon and Emperor Ming behind him. And it says that was 2012 comedy. Ted and John are friends of Flash Gordon, and they also end up meeting Sam Jones. He himself appears in the movie during a party scene, which I remember that. He also appears in the sequel, which I have not seen. In 2018, you have Life After Flash, a documentary about Sam Jones. So I guess talking about his life after Flash and stuff. I haven't seen it, but I've been wanting to watch that. You have a comic book adaptation of the movie, I guess, which I've never read it, and a video game adaptation. The film was released in 1981 on VHS. In November 2007, Sam Jones and Miller Armstrong together created a new commentary track for the DVD edition of the film. They were talking about doing a reboot, but I guess it's never happened. It was nominated for some awards. Yeah. But for the cast of the movie, you have Sam J. Jones as Flash Gordon. And he was a real football player. Hasn't really done many movies. There's one of the TV series called The Highwayman, but a lot of people just know him for this movie. Miller Anderson plays Dale Arden, the love interest of Flash. And then you have the late Max von Doom as Emperor Ming, the Merciless. He's been in a lot of movies. I think he was in Conan the Barbarian. He was in Never Say Never Again. He played Blofeld in that. He was in Minority Report. I think I remember him in that. Yeah, Rob. Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Yeah, he was in that. Yeah, but he's definitely was a great actor. He's in a lot of movies. The Greatest Story Ever Told. He played Jesus in that. Topol plays Dr. Zoko. Topol, I just remember him from Free Eyes Only, which came out a year after this. Alani Moti as Princess Aura. Timothy Dalton as Prince Baron. Timothy Dalton would go on to, of course, play James Bond and Elizabeth Davis, License to Kill. Also, he would play another villain. He would play in another in a comic book movie. Well, it's not science fiction, but it's based a character that's based on, I guess that has on a comic book strip as well, I believe. But he also played the villain in The Rocketeer. And he was in Looney Tunes back in action, so yeah. But a lot of people know Dalton for James Bond. And of course, he was in the Toy Story World 3 and 4 as Mr. Pickles, Pants or something like that. Brian Blessed as Prince Vulcan. Yeah. He really chose the show in this movie. A lot of good dialogue from him. Susie was in Star Wars Episode 1 of The Phantom Menace. And he voiced Clayton in Disney's Tarzan, the villain in that movie. Yeah. Good actor. Peter McGinn as General Klux. Marvin Mileto as General Claw. Richard O'Brien as Fricko. John Osborne as a Grand Priest. Philip Stone as Zog the High Priest. John Hammond as General Will. Susan Delenn as Servant Girl. John Morton as airline pilot. William Hutchins as Mooson, Dr. Zucker's assistants. I think I've seen that guy sometimes in some movies. Okay, yeah. I remember him in... I think I remember him in Batman 89. Let me see. Okay, yeah, he was in Star Wars as a fighter pilot. Yeah. Yeah, he was Raiders of the Lost Ark. Being one of the professors that hires Indiana Jones to find the Lost Ark, the Ark of the Covenant. And he was also in Superman 4, I remember him in that too. Okay, yeah, he was Lieutenant Eckhart in Batman 89. No, I recognize him now. In the Never Ending Story 2. Bobby Coltrane as Man at Airfield. Bobby Coltrane passed away last year. Really good actor. He's in the Harry Potter films. George Harris as Prince Thun. He was also in the Harry Potter films. And Raiders of the Lost Ark. Okay, yeah, he was in. Yeah, I think that guy was in the Raiders of the Lost Ark. He was the captain. I think that helped Indy and Marion get away from the Nazis. Deep Roy as Felony. Bob Goody. I can't say that. Kenny Baker as Wolf. And of course, Kenny Baker was R2-D2, the late Kenny Baker, because I believe he passed away. But he was R2-D2 in Star Wars. Okay, and then it's directed by Mike Hodges. Screenplays by Lawrence Temple Jr. Adaptation by Michael Allen. Based on characters by Alex Raymond. Produced by Dino De Laurentiis. Cinematography by Gilbert Taylor. It's edited by Malcolm Cook. Music is by Queen, Howard Blake. It's distributed by Universal Pictures here in the U.S. It was released December 5th, 1980 here in the U.S. and December 11th, 1980 in the U.K. It's 114 minutes long. About the plot synopsis quickly about this movie. I'll get into the plot synopsis of that. Flash Gordon, of course, tells the story of quarterback Flash Gordon, who is with these other characters like Dale Hardin and Han Solo. They end up going to this planet. I forget what the name of the planet, but this planet is run by Emperor Ming. Okay, the planet is Mongu. They end up traveling to this planet Mongu, and Earth is being invaded by Emperor Ming the Merciless. He does it because he's just bored. But of course, Ming is just plain evil and plans to murder and annihilate the planet, and hopefully we're getting help from some of Ming's followers or some of the people who on the planet who work for Ming to get help from them. And basically Flash Gordon intends to take down and defeat Emperor Ming and stop him from destroying Earth. Can he do it? But yeah, that's kind of a quick plot synopsis for you for Flash Gordon. But I'll go ahead and get into the movie itself. Yeah, welcome back to longer reviews sometimes. Okay, I'll talk about the movie itself. Hope you guys can see me well. Hope the light's not bugging me. I didn't do a video yesterday, I just, had to do some cleaning, so. Pretty much starts off with Emperor Ming, talking to his leader. I forget what the guy's name is, but not his leader. But Emperor Ming, is talking Clytus. Clytus, do you have anything for me? I'm bored. He's like, yes, the inhabitants, they call it Earth, sir. Earth. Oh, do we annihilate the net? No. He's like, no, I like to toy with things before annihilation. Then you get the theme, Flash. Savior of the universe. He saves every one of us. He saves every one of us. Yeah, but a great song by Queen. I play it, but I avoid the copyright issues. And he causes these natural disasters. You get earthquakes, volcanoes, tornadoes. But then you have Near-Jet football star Flash Gordon. He boards a plane. I guess you could say he's headed back home after a vacation. And he meets travel agent Dale Hardin. They get hit by a meteorite. The pilots get low. Well, Gordon just talks to her, tries to have a conversation. She's freaked out, but he's just trying to calm her down. Then Dr. Hans Zuko, he believes that a disaster is being caused because aliens are going to attack the planet or destroy Earth. And he's had these theories for many years, and people thought he was crazy. So Dr. Zuko gets fired, but he's still, even goes to the spaceship. The guy he's working with was like, "You're crazy." He was like this. "Don't you want to save the planet and become like a hero or something?" He's like, "No." And then he runs. But anyway, on their plane, Gordon, Flash and Dale, the pilots, etc. It's this kind of weird shot, like me showing up or whatever. It's like they just disappear, and they do land. But where they land is Zuko's place. They say, "Can we use your phone?" And Zuko's got a gun, but he's hiding it. He's like, "Of course, you need to go ahead and use my phone." It's just right there. He points him into the spaceship, and Dale was like, "Go, Flash, you know who that is?" "No, I have no idea." And he's like, "Flash, that's Dr. Zuko." He was just saying, he basically theories, that we're going to be attacked by aliens or something like that. But he's got a gun and forcing their Flash, tells Flash to leave. Me and you go. I just need one person to go. But Flash, was able to sneak. Do the sneak attack, and, Tristan tries to fight with them, but they end up pushing the button on the ship that takes them, sends them into space, which, the effects in this movie are very beautiful. It's a very beautiful looking movie. It's like a comic book come to life, But they go to Mongu, where they end up getting captured by Ming's troops, where they land on the planet Mongu, and it looks beautiful. You see Ming's palace. Everything in this film just looks beautiful. It's a beautiful, great looking movie, great special effects, designs itself look fantastic. It's like you really believe you are in outer space or you're in another world. Basically is where the movie takes you. They see Ming's men who are like these lizards in these costumes, but no rip-off, and the makeup in these movies and the costumes look great as well. Forgot to mention that. But anyway, Flash is like this: "Hi, we're from Earth, friends." Just shake their hand, and they like shoot him, like tase him, and the trio end up being brought before Ming, and you see Ming has this certain walk about him. And he orders Dale to be prepared for his pleasure. But, you see how they one of the things where, Timothy Dalton, Prince Baron, I forget the character's name. Dang, I forget, but you see Ming's daughter as well, who, because you can say has the hots for Flash. Flash is, everybody's like, "Hey, pay attention to me." But he tells one of the men to George Harris, to like attack him or whatever. He tries to attack him, but Ming has this ring that he can use to control you, I guess hypnotize you, or even like freeze you. His ring gives him power. Instead, he freezes the guy, grabs his sword, and stabs him with it. And he gets Prince Baron, Timothy Dalton, kind of like a Robin Hood type of character from, fighting with the Hawkmen. But then he orders that, Dale be his mate, that she come with him. And Flash is like, "No way, Ming, you're not getting her." And this is about Leslie, there's tongue in cheek in here. Ming, orders him to attack. And Flash, can't fight them at first. So he has to he does football with them, which is fun. And they're like, "He's doing football with you, attack him." And they start to tackle in football, and you're like, 142, hut, and this is fun, and Dale was like, "Go, Flash, go!" And it is tongue in cheek, and the lead Hawkman, I forget the character's name, but he's like not going down, he's hitting him in the head. But Flash eventually gets subdued, knocked out, and I forgot to mention, Ming has his control over her with his ring. He gets Dale to just, they're really done. But she's like, "What happened?" But, Gordon gets knocked out, and they decide that they're going to execute him. And he orders over to be reprogrammed and Flash executed. But Ming's daughter, Princess Aurora, who even begged her father before not to do anything to him. She likes him, but he doesn't, ignores her. She seduces a surgeon into saving Flash. Flash does have a talk with Dale, but before getting nearly gets executed, dies for a minute because he dies from the smoke, but the surgeon brings him back to life. There is some sexual innuendo in this film as well, but it can be funny as well. Then, of course, she helps Flash get out. She says, "Because I like you." So she takes him to Prince Baron, who, I guess you could say is like her on-again, off-again boyfriend, Timothy Dalton. Flash ends up seeing Zirko being brainwashed by Colossus. He's the metal-faced head of the secret police. He's got like a metal-faced mask. You never see his face in the movie, but he's got an intimidating voice. And you see him going through this mind machine where they're, seeing how he came here. You can see that Dr. Zirko lost a wife, and he had his family. I guess, he got fired from his job, probably even lost his family, and you can see him being born, back into his mother's womb. And he thinks that might mess with it. They got into his mind. Or, Flash flew to a warrior kingdom of Prince Baron, who is also her lover. In a route there, teaches Flash how to use telepathic communicator to contact Dale, because Dale is like being suited to be his wife or his mate. Making her drink this drink, and it just gives her a headache and makes her pass out. Makes it more easier. She won't forget, but she'll be like catatonic or whatever. But Flash, they're talking her through the mind, and as he's doing that, or seducing him, kissing him, and as he's talking to Dale, she's like, "Oh, this girl's got me good." He's like, "What?" "Oh, nothing," but, so I talked to the brain. That was a funny moment. But he lets you know he's alive. Dale ends up locked into Ming's bed chambers. But the cool thing is she escapes. She's not just a damsel in distress. I do like the moment where she escapes with the kid is drunk, drink more, come on. But he serves her not supposed to, but she convinces her, and then drink more, and then she passes out. She switches clothes on her because Ming comes in to see her, thinking it's Dale, but realizes it's the server's like. But she escapes. She fights with the lizard man in the costume. She's like, "Hey you!" She's like, "Hey you!" Then she grabs his gun, shoots him. She shoots some of them, which I thought was a cool moment. Just can't trip over our high heels. Then he sends over to capture her, but Zilkwood reveals he resists the brainwashing by keeping his mind on other things. They escape Mingo City, but then they get quickly captured by Prince Voltan's Hawkman and taken to the Sky City. Flash arrived at Abora. Aurora asked Prince Baron to, keep Flash safe, but instead he's distrustful. Baron is distrustful of Flash. He said he's not going to kill him directly or stab him like he could. So he makes him go through this deadly ritual. They put him in this swamp with these other men, in this cage. And Flash is trying to say, "Tell Timothy, don't tell Baron, tell Prince, he's out. I'm not your enemy. We can take down Ming together if we team up," but he doesn't want to listen. But they get out of there. So Ming, I know. But you go through this servant, it's almost like you touch in these little holes. This is ritual that they do. If you touch in the hole, you get a sting. You beg for death because you suffer. It's giant scorpions, like with beasts inside. First Flash does it, doesn't happen. And then Baron does it. It's like, "This coward, are you scared?" The Flash puts his hands in there. He's like, the Flash is like, oof, he's stung. He's like, please, end my suffering. And then, when he pulls his sword out, Flash is like, ah, gotcha. And he really was not stung. He's like, freeze man. And Flash gets out of there. Gets out of there with a vine. But Baron ends up following. But they both keep, this part was pretty creepy. Well, first of all, he gets stuck in quicksand, but he's able to get out of it. Gordon is just blowing him dirt. He's all muddy up and stuff. And of course, this is where he's got the shirt on a little bit. The tank top red shirt. But this movie does equal being of male vanity, so just being a man. But it's like this giant spider. I don't know what it is. It just random thing just grabs him. It's out in his mouth. That was creepy. But Baron shows up and shoots the monster and saves Gordon. He's gonna kill him, but then the Hawkmen, shoot his gun out of his hand and they capture him. Clytus gets informed by meaning that Flash is alive. But thinks that the leader Hawkman, Ryan Bless. Yeah, Bless. I like it though when, when Dale and Zuko tell him that he's alive, he's like, Gordon's alive! Clyde's informed me that Flash is alive. He's like, what? He's like, there was a traitor here, sir. And do should I towards the traitor? However means it is. So he's like, do you know about who it may be? He said, I said by any means necessary. Torture them. Arya returns though. Stupidly returns. I don't know why she did, but I guess it cost village. But they found out Sarah. They take her prisoner. Clytus and General Kala, they tortured her. And they forced her to confess. And they orders her banished from the dice room. She's like, damn you, father! Flash and Barrow take to the Sky City. Flash and Dell are briefly reunited, give each other a hug, tell them having kids. Flash is forced to fight Baron in a death match. It's like these spikes are coming and it's like they're standing on this one rock or whatever that rolls around. And they're really, fighting each other with whips. And he tries to grab Gordon's face and put it in the spike, stab him, but, he gets out. But before Barry can die, he helps him out. He's like, don't kill him. He's like, no. We can team up together. And somewhat, after that, after Flash saves him and he wins the fight, Baron, has respect for Flash now and shakes his hand. And they decide that they can team up. He's like, I'll follow wherever you go, Flash. Gladys arrives and tells Flash that he's under arrest. Zircon is going to be executed for his treachery. But Baron attacks Clytus Silver's Flash and pushes him over to the spike, kills him. And like in a moment that his body just kind of like explodes. It's just really, wow. Vulcan orders the Hawkman to execute, leaving Barony. Dell and Zuko behind Ming's ship arrive and he orders Ming's ship arrives, he may kill them, but instead Zuko and Dell be taken aboard. Ming is impressed with Flash and offers him lordship. He's like, we don't have to fight, you can be my enemy, Flash. Emperor Ming of Merciless, offer you a world you can be lord of. And he's like, you're crazy. So Flash says, disappointed. I had so much hope for you, Flash. We could have been friends, even teamed up. We didn't have to be enemies. So Ming gives order to destroy Vulcan's kingdom, along with Flash inside of it. So Flash finds out this cool rocket cycle when he gets out of there. What the? Be right back. Yeah. I do like it though when Baron tells them, son, it's time to fight back, time to stop me, But again, I've read everything that Vulcan decides not to, to fly away from it. But Flash gets out of it before, Vulcan's kingdom explodes. And, his other Hawkman is telling him, you should have listened to him. He's like, will you shut up? It's like, well, you could have just listened. Will you shut up now? Some good, I'll try some dialogue in this movie. But then Flash talks to him, was like, Vulcan, I'm still alive, And team up, what he is like, Gord, he's still alive. He was like, we can team up, we can go fight him. And says to help Flash. Well, even though when Ming tried to bring Flash to his side, he told him that Earth would be affected by the earthquakes and stuff. And he also thinks to himself, like, give me a dumb bird a second chance. Baron and Zircon face execution for treason. Ariel gets changed apart for a former monster to be tortured, and Dell is being prepared for her wedding. So her and Dell are to have a talk, and she's like, I'm not like this anymore, I'm changed, But she's now being forced to marry, Dell's forced now being to marry Ming to become his wife. And Flash gets help from the Hawkman, Vulcan, and his Hawkman, and they decide to capture his ship. They destroy some of it. Some cool action going on, kind of reminds me of like Star Wars a little bit. This movie sometimes does. The Flash fighting the Cycle, and has to get the latest one bomb on it, and they decide they're going to fly the ship straight to Ming City. Then you have the wedding going on, which I do like kind of the wedding theme a little bit. Or Dell is being hauled by, his lizard men to go. They're forcing her to go marry, Ming. He sees control of the rocket. Princess Arya overpowers her guard, just pretending to drop, part of her dress or whatever, and stabs him. And she ends up saving Baron Zircon. They have to the control center because they have the place in a shield or whatever, just to be protected. General Kuro rolls all the weapons upon Ajax out of the fight pattern, and also orders Ming City protective lightning and Flash to be charged up. But Baron and Sigurd rush in ordering Kali to take them to Ming. She refuses by firing her circle, but she gets killed by them. And Zirco's left there to try to figure it out why Baron goes on his own. Prince Baron goes on his own. He shoots some of the lizard men down, which I thought was pretty cool. Some good action there. both of them talking are ready to bail out, but Gordon's like, no, I'm going all the way here. Ming puts the ring on Dell's finger, ready to marry her. Ajax smashes into the sanctuary and lands like a bull, even, Ming tries to run too, but he ends up getting stabbed. Of course, gets out of it, just passed out now. He grabs a Dagar sword and gives Ming a call off his attack on Earth or die. And he, he's got the sword ready to fight Ming. See where Flash has got the sword. And Ming, tries to use his ring to maybe try to stop him and maybe kill him. But of course it's not working. And Flash comes out, he's like, you're losing power, Ming. In his paraphrase, he aims his ring at himself, and I guess you say advantages himself, and he's defeated. Flash gets run out again with Dell, and he figures out business. So Vulcan announces to the Mother Librarian is the rightful heir to the throne now, to the vacant throne. King Baron shows his gratitude to Flash, and the post-war has new General Norman. He's like this: we will now live in peace. But I forgot to mention, there's this robot in the movie that, says everything, or, even has Ming's voice. Is that Flash Gordon, you just won, and you saved Earth, and Flash is like, and kills like this. Yeah! But everyone says to together peace. He lets the Flash and Dell to stay on Earth, on Mongo. But Dell, for me, notices, says, no, it's a little too noisy, quiet first, so it's just to go back to Earth. And, the Vulcan, with their wings and stuff, makes signs saying, thanks, Flash, And then the last thing he focuses on Ming's empty power ring, and he's identifying as he picks up his ring. You hear him laugh, hinting that, he's still alive. Followed by a question mark saying, and he's alive. Yes, I do think he still survived. The ring might have vanished him, but I don't think it killed him. Maybe just defeated. But still, we'll never know because we never got a sequel to this. But anyway, that's Flash Gordon. Yeah. That's the end of the movie. Oh, I also like it though when Vulcan says, well, my father has never kept a vow in his life. I can't help that, alright? Keeping our word is one of the things that make us better than you. Flash, when the ship hits the force field, you'll be killed. This is suicide. No, Vulcan. It's a rush for translation. One life for billions. I do like when Vulcan says a couple times, die. Flash, I love you. We only have 14 hours to save the Earth. Every 1,000 years I test these life systems in the universe. I visited with mysterious earthquakes, unpredictable eclipses, strange creations of the wilderness, and these things I judge that system ignorantly. But this is the hand of me, great eyes in these events. I judge the system is dangerous to us. Should we stop the torture? No. Father, damn you, Father. Gordon, this isn't happening, Joe. Long live Flash, you saved Earth. Have a nice day, Flash. Yeah! But, I'm gonna give my final opinion on the movie. You know the course of the movie, you've seen it. But, Flash Gordon, this was fun. I really love this movie. I thought it was fun. Getting on my positives, I guess. First of all, I do love the story. I think the story is really good. Like I said, it doesn't remind me of, it's like Star Wars mixed with the, Superman a little bit, with kind of a superhero. But Flash Gordon, he's just a normal guy, a football player, a quarterback. And, and with, these people, he gets trapped in a situation. And, you get a great villain. It's just a good story, and it's a fun movie. It is tongue-in-cheek, it is cheesy and campy, and that's what the movie is. It's written by a guy who, like I said, Lawrence Temple Jr., who wrote the script for the Batman Associates TV series, so you get that in this movie. But, Emperor Mania himself in here. Emperor Mania, he's great. Really good cast. Timothy Dalton, Byron Blessed. Sam Jones is good as well, even though he's dubbed over. Topo, Timothy Dalton, all good in here. Byron Blessed is really good. Really good cast in this movie. Designs, the look of the movie, the special effects is really good. The costume designs are great, and you have the woman that looks sexy in this movie, and just give really good makeup as well. I give the movie praise for that. Whoever did the makeup for this movie did a great job. The special effects, the CGI, practical, very beautiful looking in them. The style looking at the movie, it does feel like a comic book come to life. It's a fun movie. It's almost fun. This is really fun. The music score was pushed by Queen. Flash. Every universe. It's just fun to listen to that song. It's a fun movie. It's definitely a shame it didn't do well at the box office at the time. For a $27 million budget, it didn't look too bad. It only grossed $46.5 million at the box office. I guess maybe didn't make as much as it did in the U.S. Maybe that's why it flopped. But it definitely deserves its cult following. Timothy Dalton, I think, did a great job. I think all the actors of the movie did a good job. Good cast, good acting, good story, good special effects. It's just a lot of fun. The pacing is it feels like 2 hours, but not that long. Goes by at a really good pace. It's very entertaining all the way through. If you can turn your brain off and you want a kind of a superhero film that it's got like a Star Wars feel to it, and it's tongue-in-cheek, if you can deal with that, you can have fun with it. This is definitely for you. It's definitely because I love superheroes. I like Flash Gordon. It's entertaining. It's definitely a classic, and I love Star Wars as well. I love the Star Wars feel to it, the science fictioning of it. Like I said, you had Superman the movie as well before this, so and Flash Gordon is a comic book character. So therefore, yes, this is considered a superhero review. At first, Sam Jones is a little wooden, but he gets better as the movie goes on. Can't really think of any problems. It is over the top and fun. I can't really think I love this movie. I think it's fun. It's a lot of fun to watch. It's very entertaining. Byron Blessed, I think, steals the show as Vulcan. Just his loud mouth, like Gordon's alive, just over the top voice, will you shut up, He's just funny and hilarious in here. It's a very fun movie. I wish it had more special features. I didn't really see much making of it, though. Wish there was a little more of it, maybe behind the scenes of the movie. I know it wasn't easy behind the scenes of this to make the movie, especially with the producer and the main actor not getting along. But despite that, Flash Gordon is definitely a classic, a fun movie. If you've never seen it, I highly recommend it. If you're a fan of superheroes, or if you're a big fan of Star Wars, then I highly recommend it. It's a very fun movie. I love Flash Gordon. So guys, tell me in the comments down below if you've seen Flash Gordon. What do you think of this movie in your opinion? Do you like it? Hate it? Let me know in the comments down below. What do you think of this movie in your opinion? I look forward to my next superhero movie review, which I do not own. I bought it on Prime Video. In the next 80s superhero review, if you want to call it that, the next one. This is also directed by the late Wes Craven. My next superhero review, probably either this Friday or Saturday. Hopefully I'm going to feel better this week, as I'm actually feeling better doing a review right now. And next I'll be reviewing Swamp Thing. So stay tuned for that. This will be my next superhero review. I've never seen this movie before. But I've seen his actress in a couple of things. But anyway, I'm not going to get into it because this will also be my first time watching this movie. So I watched it today, but today's Sunday and I got things to do. So, like having to work this week. Yeah, they've been fixing the machine at work, so just been really busy with work. But guys, I guess you said this is, the next Super review will be Swamp Thing. So, he's a comic book character, DC. So yeah. But guys, hope you enjoyed my review of Flash Gordon. Oh, my rating for Flash Gordon is I'm going to give this 5 out of 5 stars and a thumbs up for Flash Gordon. Let me know guys in the comments down below. I almost forgot about that. Let me know in the comments down below guys, what do you think of this movie in your opinion? What do you think of Flash Gordon in your opinion? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Let me know in the comments down below what you think of Flash Gordon. Alright, let me know in the comments down below what you think of it guys. And I look forward to my next superhero movie review, which will be Swamp Thing, which was 1982. So, Swamp Thing is next. Alright guys, so stay tuned for that this weekend. Just look forward to the community posts, pay attention to those. And I hope you enjoyed my review of Flash Gordon. Once again, 5 out of 5 stars my rating for this film. Thanks for watching, like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for the 390 subs. So, yeah! Thank you guys. I appreciate it. We're so close to 400. Let's keep on going guys. We're getting there. We're getting there. I'm not quitting YouTube. Just remember, I'm working, but just keep on subscribing and watching, Yeah, and also, guys, if you would let me do me a favor, please share my videos, my channel, with family and friends of yours. Let people know about my channel. I appreciate the support. It really, really helps. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you. Tell your friends and family about this video. About my channel. I appreciate it. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know what you thought of Flash Gordon down below. So thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. And stay tuned for Swamp Thing, which is next. So thanks for watching. Bye-bye. The next superhero movie review. So thanks for watching. Bye-bye.